Hey there friends, welcome back to Investing with a Beer, where I'm going to take you on a journey to grow 50k into $1 million over a 10-year period. This is episode 21, and inside this episode is a quick portfolio review and a nugget part which is going to be on wash sales. But most importantly, we're here to have fun, so go and grab your beer and I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not wearing any pants underneath this desk. Alright, let's jump into it. Alright, benchmark time. So how did XJO fare this week? Well, the lawns are still doing green. Same as last week. Market was up 1.5% for the Monday to Friday trading week. It was actually up double that at 3% on Thursday open, but it retreated as the week progressed. So how did our stocks do this week? We're up again, 3%. Exactly double the All Ords. Now, before we go any further, pun intended, did you notice that bloody cheeky 10% on IVE group? It's been a while since I've seen that kind of rebound back to back to a 6% last week. Well done, champ. Iron Gods were up again, 7% for FMG and 3% for Champion, with a 1.61% dividend locked in. Capral was the only stock down slightly at 1%. Now for the updates on the list. So here's last week's buys, holds and sells. The ones that changed are as follows and why. Boom! No changes this week. Honestly, I get so excited when there is no changes. I really want this to be boring some weeks, especially when the capital gains hover around that 3% mark. It really turns me on. Can I say that? Oh well, I did. Remember, do your own research, especially in this market we're in. Alright, so since inception, we have a pure capital gain of 4.92%. The portfolio now has a dividend return of 2.16%. This gives us a total return of positive 7.07%. New record, baby. Now remember, target here is 15% plus per annum. So on and offline, I've been talking about wash sale rules and regs with a friend Pete. See what I did there? So today's Nugget section is going to be on, you guessed it, wash sales. Now look, I'll be honest, I thought this was going to be an easy nugget to compile, but far out did I go on a rabbit warren of tax laws, wash sale myths and examples. Literally, I just spent like 6 hours reading the wording by the ATO under TR 2008/1, but since I'm such a nice guy, I'll summarize this quick smart for you with a couple of examples. But please note, this is not financial advice and you should contact a financial professional before making any financial decisions around this and la-di-da-da-da. Alright, so a wash sale is a tax avoidance scheme. Basically, it's a method of selling an asset at a loss to crystallize that loss and then buying back the asset, putting you back in the same economic position as when you first started. But obviously, getting some tax benefits along the way. Now, the ATO don't like this much, and they have the tax ruling of TR 2008/1 to protect themselves from it. And I'll leave a link in the description below for a light read if you have a spare few hours on your hands. It's actually pretty good and it has a lot of examples that might be worth a read if you do have a lot of capital gains and losses you want to sort out. You might find an example that resonates with yourself. Now, one thing is the timeline. That is most commonly talked about. We often hear that magic number is 30 days. I believe this is more of an American wash sale rule, as the ATO doesn't actually give you a timeline of any sort, nor any rules surrounding this. It just stipulates that it comes down to what your intent is. But trust me, don't do the sneaky financial year rollover or you'll definitely get sprung. Now this might be easier if I give you an example. Again, this is how I believe it works and I'm not one of those high paid legends, but as you might remember, we bought into Guru at 0.83 cents on the 12th of January and we sold Guru on the 25th of Jan. As per our trading plan, 10% stop loss at 0.74 cents per share. Now key here, it was as per our plan and we intended to sell it if we broke 10%. Now we just locked in over 1k of capital loss. Yeah, it was a bummer, but it was during the market downturn. Now they quickly started to turn back up and they were the next one on my buy list shortly after. I could have bought back in at 75 cents on the 27th of Jan. Now I believe as we had a plan in place, we could prove to the ATO that we weren't just chasing tax benefits, but were actually following a trading plan. Full disclosure though, we didn't move back into Guru and we moved into another stock, so no stress on our side. On the other hand though, here is a no-no example, excluding brokerage for simplicity. Say, hypothetically, we had realized capital gains of $5,000 on our portfolio from previous sales of good performing stocks. Also, we had bought 1,000 shares of ANZ at a cost base of $25 each, totaling 25k cash. Then say the price dropped and we dumped them at a cost base of 20 bucks a share, giving us a 5k capital loss. Now here comes the fine line, guys. If we didn't buy back the ANZ shares, the 5k capital loss will cancel out the capital gain of 5k, and we would have no tax liability. Happy days. But if we buy back the ANZ shares, putting us back in the same economic position, but purely just chasing the tax benefit, we actually can't claim that capital loss, and it needs to be added back to our cost base, making a higher buyback in price. Now in summary, it's a fine line that can easily be crossed. So don't just try and be a naughty smarty pants chasing the tax benefits of selling and buying a security back at a lower price, especially over a financial year, as the ATO will recognize this and it will cancel out all the tax credits you might think you were getting. Only sell the security if you want to move out of the position and into a totally different position with a better economic prospect. Again, cheers Pete for the suggestion, but I never want to talk about this again. Alright, so our cash account is still at 822 bucks. So with our 822 in cash, plus our 79,721 in stocks, takes us to an overall value of 80,543 bucks, which is about a positive 2.18% total portfolio gain from last week. Whoop whoop, we've hit 80k. We're 8% there, guys. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and tickle that bell to get notified when my weekly updates come out. If you want to see anything else in the playlist, please just leave us a comment below. I'll make sure I reply to you all. Now you all know the saying, keep healthy and wealthy. See you guys.